friends. I hope you all are doing great. I just want to tell you guys all the shirts that you guys see that have to do with faith. This one says God is good. Um, all those shirts, I get them Sheen, Sheen. Um, Today I'm gonna talk about such a beautiful experience this happened to me that has to do with faith in angels and God. Okay? First, I'm gonna share my snack of what I just ate. Um, and of course, nothing I show is to get paid because I don't even have 200 subscribers. But still, I just ate the. Has anybody had this? They're so good. So good, so good, so good. And then I had this. So good. And then Gatorade for later. And I don't know why the heck I had this in my backpack. Anyways, those are some of my snacks. What I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I am not lying. Got my Bible here. Okay? Ouch. Sorry. I'm not lying. I have my God shirt. Got my Bible. Okay? What I'm gonna tell you is 100% true. Coming from me, like my Bible. Like this is my Bible. And I'm not gonna swear because people, we don't, swearing is not good. But in Jesus' name, I'm truly gonna tell you guys this story and I'm not lying. Okay? Number one, this could be triggering. Triggering? I can't say that word. This could trigger somebody. Because we're gonna talk about unaliving, mental health. So, and we're gonna talk about good things too. But just know, if conversations like that make you uncomfortable, you should stop the video right here. Okay? But if you really want to know what I'm talking about, then hang in there. Okay? It's my Bible, God's name. Okay? So, I went through a really bad story years ago. Like 8 years, 7. No, I'm sorry. 7. Yeah, 7 years. Yeah, like 7 years. So I lost my job back then, right? I lost my job. My car got repo. How can I explain this? I never done anything like drugs, nothing like that. But for some reason, I also didn't have a good support. Like the people that I had said really bad things about me, so I couldn't trust anybody. And I met this guy, and everything was cool. He let me live there with him. I have lost it all. Living with him was a nightmare. A nightmare. A nightmare. Like, nightmare. Okay. At that moment, I thought I loved this guy. at that moment, I thought that he was the love of my life. Because in my mind, I was like, he saved me. I didn't have a home, I didn't have a car, I lost it all. And he saved me. He took me on trips. Not trips, like 2 hours away, not trips. Um, he was a narcissist. He would tell me so many little things, and then he would call his mom when we argue. I mean, a complete nightmare. But I didn't have anywhere else to go or what to do. Anyways, I found a job. I found a better job than what I had, and I I left him. He didn't believe me. He was a terrible person to me. But the day that I left him, he was telling me a lot of ugly things as we were eating breakfast in a restaurant, and tears were just pouring, and I couldn't believe how can someone be so rude, so evil. He didn't think that I was gonna leave him that day. I told him tomorrow is the last day. I'm here with you. So he's like, let's go eat breakfast. So we went. Also that he would talk crap to me. Then we were next to the mall. So he bought himself something. And then he got me a jacket. But I was being for real when I told him when I get home, I'm leaving. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if he thought I was playing. Anyway, something terrible happened. It became a nightmare. I decided to take a lot of medicine. A lot of medicine. A lot. And I almost lost my life. Okay? This is how messed up this person messed me up. And I don't have a good mom. I don't have a dad. I had a sister, but she was younger, and all she did was to call me a whore. So I really didn't have any good support, right? Well, I thought that life would be better if I wasn't alive. I thought, I mean, I'm worth nothing. My sister says I'm a whore. Um, I mean, he tells me I'm this and that, so maybe I am. So I started to believe what he said about me. I started to believe what my sister would say. I started to believe everything that people was making fun of me or the way they judged me. I started to believe it, right? So after I took all of that, I went to bed. Well, I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter, and then I went to bed knowing that I was gonna die. And I had cried for hours. For hours. I had cried. And I never told this story to nobody before. I mean, they know a little bit about it, but they don't know what I did. They think it's because I have some medical problems. So they think I went to the ER. They took me in the ambulance because of my medical problem. They didn't know the truth. And I don't think the doctors told my sister that. I don't think she knows. Nobody knows. I just blamed it when a family member asked me. I just said that I got really sick because I was drinking, and I took my medicine, and I just had to lie because it is very embarrassing to say that you were trying to unalive yourself. It's not something easy to say. And to be in that moment like that, is so bad. Like, when someone does this, is because their pain is greater than anything. Like, you just can't feel this pain no more. It's like you just want everything to be over and you want to go to sleep and you want to just get it over with. And so I never told anybody this story. Okay. So I took almost all the bottle of medicine. I started, I don't know what, how was he woken up if I was next to him. I don't know how he, I don't know what happened. I don't know how he figured out I was like dying or something. Like, I don't know if it was movement. I don't know if it was, I don't know. I have no clue. All I know is that I couldn't breathe. He was next to me. He cried. He didn't know if he needed to call. I mean, I don't know. I just know I was having trouble breathing. I was having convulsion. I was very, very bad. Like, started having seizures. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't see. I couldn't see. Everything was blurry. I could not see. And I was just trying to catch my breath. And okay, okay, I'm gonna be okay. And the only thing that calmed me down was a person's voice. And at this time, I thought it was his cousin, right? I started to calm down when I heard a woman's voice. And she was saying in Spanish, "You're gonna be okay. You're okay. You're gonna be okay. I'm right here. You're gonna be okay." And I can see like the shadow of that person, the shadow. And I just thought it was a friend. I don't know. It just calmed me down while the ambulance arrived because this stupid mother F. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus. Because this. I'm sorry. Because this person, I guess he don't know how to act. Um, but I thought it was somebody that he knew that was trying to calm me down. But that's the voice that actually calmed me down. Okay? I get taken to the ER. I'm trying to scream, but the words won't come out. Kind of like a sleep paralysis feeling. And I was trying to scream and ask, "What am I doing? What's going on?" I don't remember a lot of what happened. But I do remember that lady's voice that was soothing and made me feel better. So, anyways, I'm in the hospital. I don't know what they did there. Then I was discharged the following day. Then I was not better. Then I was sent to another hospital. And there's so many things in between, but I don't care. I'm not gonna remember those things. I don't want to talk about him. But the next time I see this ex boyfriend, I don't even want to call him nothing, but I was like, "Can you tell your cousin that I say thank you for being there for me, that her voice calmed me down?" And he said, "What cousin?" I say, "Your cousin." He said, "There was nobody in the room." And that was before the ambulance came. And I was like, there was. I said, it was a woman. He said, no, there wasn't. And I was like, I promise you. And then I'm like, wait a minute. That was an angel. That was an angel. That was an angel. Next to me, I could see the shadow and her soothing voice telling me that I was gonna be okay. It was an angel. I have no doubt. I have no doubt. But what time? I forgot about it. I mean, not, I didn't forget about it, but so many things happened in my life that I never sat down to think about this until like 2 years ago. I was thinking, I was thinking about that whole thing, and I get up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got, and I told the person that was there at that moment, like 2 years ago, I was like, I forgot about this. Like, it just started to come to my mind years later, and I actually set up and realized that was an angel. That was an angel. So don't lose faith, because I'm telling you, God is real. He sent an angel to watch me, guys, when I could have lost my life. Okay? Well, that story I never told anybody. Anyways, I'm okay. Years have passed, and I'm here, and I don't ever want to go through that again. I'm never gonna do this or attempt to do this ever again. But just know out there, 1 in 5 people have a mental illness, okay? And the people the most commit unaliving are older people, like, which is weird, but they're like 40s, 50s, and they're usually males too. The second leading cause of death in America, well, the three, I think, is like heart disease, unaliving, car wrecks. Anyways, I'm never gonna do that again. I love my life so much that I would never do that again. That's not an option. And plus, I heard when you unalive yourself, your pain you had, you give it to the next person that loves you. So like, you pass your depression to other people. So if I wouldn't be alive, the person that most loved me at that moment would be very, 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 very bad. So like, unaliving yourself is not an option. Not everything is temporary, and God sent you here for a reason. You have a purpose. You might not know it at that time, but God has gave us a lot of tools to make medicines for people that have mental illnesses. Okay, let's forget that part. Now, I been praying because someone that I love is missing, and I haven't seen him in like 2 months. I don't know if they're okay. Well, they have sent a text to somebody else. So I'm thinking, I mean, that person is alive, but I don't know if that person is okay, or where to find this person. But I was praying a lot last weekend, like a lot, on my knees, and I was telling God to please give a hug in my behalf to that person I love. I said, please give them a big hug that they can feel it. Give them a hug for me, God, that they will feel, and it will make them feel great. Next day was Sunday. Next day was Sunday, and we were in church, and I was worshiping. Worship, it was worship time. And and I was singing. I was singing, and at some point I felt like someone gave me a hug, but I wasn't with somebody there. So I didn't have nobody that would give me a hug. The chairs next to me were empty. There was some girls behind me. Sorry, excuse me. There was some girls behind me, but they were like their chair was way behind me. They weren't girls, they were like 18 years old. But they weren't close to me. There's a whole row there's a whole road chairs, and they're not really close to me. But I turned around to see there was nobody, right? And so I was just really like, what in the world? And so I told the girls, I said, did you guys maybe touch me on accident? And they say no. I said, not even on accident? But they weren't close to me. But I was thinking about the possibility because I felt a hug. And they say no, and I believe them because they weren't close to me. There's a chair, you know, far. I was way in front of the chair. So that happened last weekend. And I feel I I don't feel. I know that that was another angel. I was praying God the night before, crying on my knees, asking to please give a hug to that person that I haven't seen, that's missing, in my behalf. And he turned around and sent an angel to hug me. I feel like God was like, this is what I think. I feel like God was like, girl, you need a hug too. I feel like he was like, you need a hug more than whoever you're asking to give a hug. I feel like that's what he was thinking. And so he sent me an angel to give me a hug. And I felt the hug, and I just cannot believe it. And I haven't shared it to anybody but one person. And I just want you to know, guys, unaliving is not an option. You pass that pain to somebody else. You're here for a purpose. God is real. Get it in your head. God is real. I know it. I have stories. So please have true faith in your heart. Because one day you're going to see God again. But not when you want to, when He wants you to. Okay? So I just want to tell you guys my stories of those two angels. God bless. Take care.